This is How to Play Master Puppets Part 2, and we're at the pre-chorus now. And this is kind of a tricky rhythm to get at first. So it starts off with that same power chord as in the beginning of the song, with your first finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and you're going to hit the E string with it. And then you're going to hit a couple of palm muted low E strings in there. And then that's going to be a power chord with the first finger on the 5th fret of the A string. Excuse me. And then you go up to the 7th fret again. And then here, you're going to do, you don't really have to do this part, but it sounds better. You hammer on from the 7th fret on the A string to the 9th fret, then 9th fret of the D string, and then 9th fret of the A string, and hammer on to the 10th fret. And then put your middle finger down on the 8th fret of the E string. A couple of palm muted beats there. And then a power chord right on the 8th fret of the E string. Go down a half step. Then a palm muted 7th fret of the E string. And then chord on the 6th fret of the A string. Then go down to the 7th fret of the E string. And then go back to the beginning. So that sounds really complicated, but if you just listen to the song a couple times, you'll be able to get the rhythm. So anyway, you do that whole thing 3 times, and on the 4th time, you're going to stop right there, and then you're going to do a series of hammer-ons and pull-offs called a trill. On the 7th fret of the A string to the 9th fret, and then from the 6th fret to the 7th fret. And that's when he's saying, "Obey your," and then it goes into the chorus. And that is 2 low E string chords. And then you go to the 1st fret power chord of the E string. And then this next part of the chorus is going to consist of 3 chords each, and with palm muted notes in between them. So that's an E chord. So 3 palm muted E strings. And then 3 more after the chord on the 2nd fret of the E string. And then 3rd fret of the E string. You're going to let that chord ring for a while. And then that's a power chord with your first finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. And then 3 palm muted A strings between that. And then that's 2nd fret power chord after that. And then open A power chord. And then go up to the 7th fret of the A string. Oh no, I'm sorry. Then you go up to the 5th fret of the A string. And 3 palm muted A strings. Then you're going to do this kind of reverse chord, power chord here, with your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string and your first finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. That's going to be here. And then 4th fret. Your ring finger is going to be on the 4th fret for this last chord. And then for the last part, you're going to do 7th fret of the A string. And this time you're going to do palm muted low E strings in between. And then 5th fret chord. And then 3rd fret. Then it goes back to this. This time you're going to start off the same chorus again. But instead of going to the 3rd fret of the E string, you're going to go to the 3rd fret of the A string. And then do this one more time. And then it goes back into the verse. So altogether it sounds like this. then it goes back into the main riff. And then you're just going to do a whole bunch more of those. And then it goes straight back into the verse again. This time, only do 2 times on each little verse thing. 4 times on 4 times on this one, and then 2 times on this. And this one, that's always played only 2 times, no exceptions. And back to the pre-chorus, then back to the chorus. And then, after the last chorus, and the second chorus, you're going to go into chord progression. That starts off with an E minor chord. If you don't know what that is, please don't watch this video. Find out what it is first. So that's open E string. Just go up the chord till a G string. And then form a D chord. And then go up that chord. But instead go back to the 2nd fret of the G string after you've gone to the 3rd fret of the B string. Then open E string, hammer on, pull off from the 2nd fret. Oh, by the way, you want lots of delay and reverb in this clean setting. And then go back down the chord, 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. And then put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the E string and form a C add 9 chord. And I'll tell you what that one is. That with your pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, then 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. And you're just going to hit that 3rd fret of the E string down to the 3rd fret of the A string. And then keep that same chord and do G string up to the B string. Do that twice. And then G string again. And go down to the D string. Not really sure what this chord is, but you don't really need to form a chord. This part you're going to let the B string ring all the time. So that's like... And then open A string, and then 2nd fret of the G string, go up to the open B string, and then open A string again to the 2nd fret. This whole time make sure that this B string is still ringing. And then 2nd fret of the G string once more, and then you're going to go 2nd fret of the A string, then 1st fret of the D string, and then 2nd fret of the G string, and then put a B string in between that, and then 3rd fret of the E string. So altogether, slowly, that sounds like this. Do that whole thing twice. Sorry. Then it kind of goes into an interlude, which I'll teach you in the next video.